Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Wow. Holy moly. Holy freaking moly. What's going on in the market right now? What's going on in the market? XRP Las Vegas 2024. But why though? But why though? People in the community asking that. I'm told. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover that. Got some clips, some video clips from David Schwartz talking about stablecoin, talking about the AMM. Interesting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class as a digital asset space. I just saw like a little photo of the some of the AMMs on the XRPL. Not a lot of volume. Fees, not great. Again, we got to see what RippleX is going to do with this incentivized liquidity pools. We haven't seen it come from RippleX yet. We haven't seen those yet. So we're going to see what that looks like right now. Not great in terms of attracting, incentives to attract people to get on there. Now, when that stable coin comes, I tell you, that's going to be some stuff. That's going to help for sure. But they got to have some incentives, man. They're going to have some rewards or whatever to get people to come on for sure. Oh, nice. Good for you, Elvin Pena. What's going on, bro? Haven't smoked in 6 days. Nice. I love it. Joe says, I just watched it as well. Nice. How are you, Joe? Appreciate you checking in. So we're going to get into that a little bit. Go over the numbers. The market's doing what it does. Look, some XLS stuff coming out 47 and 64. Some stuff coming out from from Ripple. I think one of them involves, a proposal for lowering the fees. I think we'll cover some of that as well. We'll cover some of that stuff as well. Yeah, so I was listening to Jungle. Let me get over to CoinGecko, make sure we got that up to date and refresh. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube. Definitely appreciate that. And please consider subscribing to the channel. If you've been hanging out and watching the Crypto Seeds, only 50% of the people that view or actually subscribe to the channel. If you guys could subscribe, that would be super, super cool. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. So there it is there. And we always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the streams for sure. All right. 50K flare. Benjamin Salisbury's in the building. How are you, my friend? They may need to consider lowering the minimum amount to participate. Are we talking about minimum amount to participate for staking your FLR tokens? Currently got to have 50K flare on Bifast, if I'm not mistaken. That's correct. That is correct. The Mundo Flare Network. Shout out to Hugo and the team taking decentralization seriously. Those guys, they know what they're doing over there for sure. Got to give them their flowers, man. They've been doing well. So we're going to go over the numbers. We'll go over this whole XRP Las Vegas, but why 2024, but why though stuff. We'll get into that. We'll get into that as well. I was going to catch up on a little stuff going on Crypto X. It's Saturday. We might as well hang out for a little bit. Hope you guys got your favorite libation. For sure. Let's go with the numbers first. Let's go with it, let's go with this madness that is the numbers on CoinGecko. All right, so the market, again, family, is doing what the market does. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 2.48 trillion. 2.48. That's it. That's all. Bitcoin dominance is in the 50%, not 57, not 60% yet. Bitcoin is trading at $63,899 again. Ethereum is trading at $3,117 again. Solana is trading at $146 again. And XRP, the beloved XRP, is trading at 53 cents a freaking again. The market is just doing, bam, what the market does. I was listening to Jung. I'll let you guys listen to this, and I'm a little perplexed by this whole idea of XRP Las Vegas 2024 But why though? All right, let me see if I make sure I get this to the beginning. Jungle adds some stuff here. All right. You know how it is. All right, we'll try to
mark into the modern era. So important. XRP Las Vegas. What's the point? I see a lot of people saying that. We see what Brett.
I see a lot of people saying that. XRP Las Vegas, what's the point? That's interesting to me. I wonder if it's more to it than that. Because what's the point is obvious, isn't it? But let's listen to Jungle.
Brad says here, very excited to see the number of XRP community-led events. That's important. Growing this year with XRP Gold Coast, big event there in March, and XRP Las Vegas, he says starting tomorrow. Of course, this is a post from the past. We need this. This grows the brand of the XRP ledger. This grows community. This grows adoption. This type of thing is important, and Ripple, the company, can't do all of this. Again, you need this community-led type of event, and you know, we see Brad Kimes here putting on, again, a world-class event. So important here, doing a great job. And so these aren't just like celebrating Bentley time popping bottles. These are kind of what leads to that. This is what helps grow that awareness. And again, like bringing the type of people to this conference, like Brad himself and Michael Arrington, to talk to everyone is just fantastic. Even though we're not to that endpoint where we want to go, truth is we will never be at an endpoint. This is a continuous process. This is part of the process. We see this with Bitcoin, even if.
Yeah, so there's Jungle, right? Adding some great points, you know, adding some really great points. And you guys know how I feel about recent events with Brad Kimes, right? You guys know that I'm not a fan of him thinking that he has the right to curse out XRP holders. And the audacity to do that. I posted it on X. I've shared my views on that. It's unfreaking acceptable. Unacceptable. And to have those videos out, 2 or 3 of those videos still out, unacceptable. Because we're trying to grow the ecosystem. We're trying to grow the community. And a new person could just be new to XRP. And that's the video that could show up in their feed. Of a dude, a content creator. They're going to see the size of the channel. I'm going to think, I don't want to be a part of this. This dude is this big and got these many things, and no, cursing people out, right? It could be a major turn on. So that, I don't like that. Totally unacceptable, right? Totally unacceptable, cursing people out, right? For sure. Not great. And also, you know, don't mislead the community on a freedom zone that it's not a freedom zone. It's not a freedom zone. It's a not so free freedom zone, right? But this XR, according to someone who was in the freedom zone and who got exited and exiled for one opposing view on something, one time opposing view on something, kicked out immediately, according to the person kicked out immediately. So those 2 things, not so great. XRP Las Vegas, that is a phenomenal thing. We got to have that. We have to have events like the XRP Gold Coast. And we got to have events like XRP Las Vegas. We got to have that kind of stuff. Getting people in, you know, and getting sponsors. Ripple sponsored both, I believe, was a sponsor in both events. We got to have that. We got to get the word out. Community is the main reason. Community drives network adoption. The community drives that, right? And we don't want Ripple doing it all. Now, Jungle said Ripple can't do it all. We don't want Ripple doing it all. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So, you know, for me, you know, the idea of, you know, XRP Las Vegas 2024 is hugely important. Hugely important. I mean, people kind of, you know, mid-curve on things like prices of the tickets and making money off the community. And look, the market decides if that's true or not. Like the market decides if he's making money off the community. He don't decide that. The market decides that. The market decides whether or not, I don't know, VIP dinners is too expensive. The market decides that, right? My understanding that was the VIP thing was a success as far as I saw. So the market decides that. So, but they got to look outside the bigger picture. Now, sometimes there's a part of the community that he is not beloved. He's just not. There's a big part of the community, especially on the developer side, where he's not loved. He's not beloved. But this event is great for the XRP community, the XRPL community, which we need to grow. This is why I hope he decides to take those videos down, because it's just not a great look for the community. You can't think you're bigger than the community. You can't think that. You got to take those videos down and cursing people out. But this XRP Las Vegas 2024 is, it's important for the community. And, one of the things I think is more important. So, like, sometimes you got to put, we have to be big enough to put some personal stuff behind the greater good. That event is a value add to the community. I mean, the community gets down there, they get to meet people and, that they might not get a chance to meet, and that and be able to network and get around some people that share your value in XRP and the XRPL. I mean, that's important. That's hugely important. It's hugely important. And I will never, let my things that I don't like that he does take away from things that he does that's great for the community. What would that be about? I mean, what would that be about if I did that, right? This is the XRP Las Vegas 2020 is a big event. And then the entrepreneur and business owner in me knows that, that's not an easy task, putting that together and, getting people to come in and, organizing. I would not want to do that. I don't know what the spread is. What's the margin on that? What's what's the spread and margin on that as a business owner? It's not. Here's what I'll tell you. It ain't great. It ain't great. Those things aren't great. It can become great. It's, first, second year. Those numbers aren't going to be great in the beginning. It takes some stuff. You got people volunteering, most likely their time, energy, and resource to put something together. So, for me, as an entrepreneur, as a person who has run events and organized events, nothing on that kind of level, nothing having to hook up with MGM. We used to do we've done regional events for sure, but nothing like, this type of deal. That's, the entrepreneur me says that's not easy, so you got to give credit where credit is due. You got to let personal stuff, can't let personal stuff kind of get in the way of the bigger picture. I saw some people there and who got to kind of come together. I mean, there's some people in the community, man, they couldn't wait to meet Brad Garlinghouse. They couldn't wait to meet freaking David Schwartz, right? Because, a lot of us couldn't get out to the Gold Coast, out to Australia and get to that event. I wanted to get to that thing big time, because I believe that developers and builders are massively important to the community. So you got community members, man, they need life right now is challenging. I was just watching a video. What is it? I was watching a video. Dr. Phil was showing the statistics of what's going on in the economy right now for the average Joe or Jane. People need a break from that madness. Rental prices going up, food prices going up, gas prices going up. The average American a year needs about an extra $12,000 from just from 2020, from the economy and their lifestyle from 2021. Today, they need to add another $12,000 just to be where they were in 2021. So I don't know. People got a $12,000 raise. So this kind of thing helps to, just be able to kind of just come and get together and socialize with some people that are on the same kind of value thing with you in terms of digital asset. Those things are important. You can't let I'm not going to let the personal, my personal dislikes with those couple of things that I mentioned take away from the value add. You gotta acknowledge the value add. I think the value add is important. I think the value add from XRP, was it Gold Coast? Absolutely valuable. We need that stuff. So there it is. So OMG, are you serious? What are you talking about? Oh, you talking to Elvin? Thank you, Tony Elvin. You guys saying this just adds more fuel to my need of quitting. Yeah. I hear you, bro. You can do it. You can do it, Elvin Pena. You can definitely do it. So I went over the numbers, Market is doing what it does. Let's share some videos that we got from XRP Las Vegas. Let's see if I can't find some of those videos from the event. People were kind enough to share these. So I'll share some as well. This one here is longer with the AMM. This is a longer one. I'll share another one as I think is better than this one here. But this is a longer one. It's 4 minutes. And Brad Kimes actually shared this. So check this out.
Explode the name on the previously where volatility is. We have targeted those types of cases.
David, is there a name for the Ripple stablecoin by chance?
You know what? You're just gonna have to call it the Ripple stablecoin for now. I am told that I cannot disclose the name on depth until so come to Apex in Amsterdam. Is it June?
It's next month, which is June.
Oh yeah, okay. So next month, come to Amsterdam, and I think we will be among the first to know. Maybe we should start some betting polls about what we need.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, the first let me know there. I mean, you said Ripple stablecoin.
I've heard people call it the Ripple stablecoin. I don't think that's we could call it Ripple stablecoin. Actually, that's not. I don't think that's a wrong reason. USD Ripple, USDR,
USDX.
So yeah,
USD Ripple.
All possible names. Make sure to have none of the above category in case you guys don't get it. Best of luck.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let the community decide what Ripple stablecoin should be called. Schwartz, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can push that.
You guys will have to come to Apex to find out.
I will see every single one of you. I know who you are.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the importance of automated market makers, also known as AMM. So what is an automated market maker?
So an automated market maker is something that sort of adapts the time between buyers and sellers. These exist in many traditional markets. If you have a broker and you go to buy stock in a publicly traded company like IBM, there is a healthy order book of people who will buy the stock from you and people who will sell the stock to you. And there are professionals whose job is to make sure that that market exists. They trade on these exchanges, and they generally get preferential access to the exchange in exchange for committing to keep those sort of spreads tight on the market. An automated market maker is the decentralized version of the same thing. It's always willing to buy and sell an asset so that if I want to buy an asset today and maybe Rachel wants to sell it tomorrow, I may not want to wait until she's ready to sell, or she may not want to wait until I'm ready to buy. So an automated market maker has a pile of two assets, let's say USD and XRP, and it's always willing to buy XRP, and it's always willing to sell XRP at some price so that other people can trade whenever they want. But there's another important thing about automated market makers compared to like the more traditional market makers. Because the automated market makers are implemented on decentralized blockchains, you can participate in an automated market maker not just by trading with it, but also by a sort of the equivalent of lending in assets. So remember I said the automated market maker has to have some USD so it can buy XRP whenever someone wants to sell it. And it has to have some XRP so it can sell XRP whenever someone else wants to buy it. What an automated market maker does is it makes a return, it generates revenue from various different mechanisms, including spreads on its trades. And if you lend it your XRP or your USD for both, then you own a sort of share in the automated market maker and you benefit from the trades that automated market maker makes. And one of the things that I've noticed in this space is that a lot of ideas that don't seem that interesting from one side are very interesting from the other side. Like, for example, there are these lending protocols that are mostly so that like rich people can spend their Bitcoin without having like to pay income tax. That's not super exciting, right? Like you can borrow against it and that's not taxable. And like really rich people want to hold their Bitcoin, they pay millions of dollars and now they can buy groceries without paying taxes. That's not super exciting. But on the flip side of that is someone who's lending the dollars and has a very valuable collateral, who has a secure loan that they're making an interest rate on. And that person had no ability to get a return on their assets. Counterparties to the AMM traders, maybe don't care about traders and speculators, even arbitrageurs being able to make money. But it's interesting that you have a way at a fairly low and well understood risk to get a return on your assets by participating on the other side.
So that was some good stuff about the automated market maker. Stablecoin stuff. We're gonna have to wait till freaking at the Apex next month to find out what the name is going to be. I think it's going to be USD. Why would USDT, USDR? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be USDR. That's what I think it's going to be. All right, let me find this other video. This other video that I have is actually a better clip. Do we really? I know this is a kind of catch up on what's going on throughout the week. Do we really want to cover Michael Saylor's? Do we want to cover Michael Saylor's losing his mind about Ethereum and XRP and Solana? I don't know. Maybe you guys didn't see that, so maybe I will share it. All right, so let's check out this. Hopefully, you guys can hear this. This is another video. And thank you, Good Morning Crypto, for sharing this. Says Justin, Ripple CTO David Schwartz explaining why Ripple launched a Ripple stablecoin. This is the why of it all.
Once we started talking to partners and everything, it was going to get out one way or another. So we figured we might as well tell everybody. So one of the things that we noticed is that stablecoins are integral to DeFi. They are a piece along with cryptocurrencies, along with distributed ledgers. These are all different components that solve different problems and that work better together than alone. One of the things that I've discovered is that there's a lot of different problems that people have that require different solutions. XRP is not going to solve every problem in the cryptocurrency space. The XRP ledger is not going to solve every problem in the cryptocurrency space. That's not how it's going to work. That's not how it works in the internet space, right? There's no one company, product, or service that is the internet. What makes the internet so great is that there's a wide variety of solutions that appeal to a wide variety of people. And because of that, if you're launching a new product or service and you launch it on the internet, you have a target market of people who have home internet access, who have smartphones. They're internet consumers. And what we need is an ecosystem of blockchain cryptocurrency consumers, people who have access to this diverse ecosystem of products and services. Where a stablecoin is particularly important is where the volatility of the digital asset is a minus. There are a lot of applications where the volatility of the digital asset doesn't matter very much, or it's plus. Obviously, if you're holding XRP or any other digital asset with speculative value, volatility is fine. If you're a trader, volatility is fine. If you're an exchange, volatility is fine. And even in many payment applications, volatility is not a problem. But there are some applications, particularly applications that are tightly regulated, where using a digital asset directly for the application is not possible, or at least not possible today. And if we limit ourselves to just the technologies that we most want other people to use, other people are going to have experiences. Would I love for everybody to use XRP for every payment? That would be wonderful. But if I tell you we don't use XRP for every payment, there's nothing for you here. No, it would be completely. So the stablecoin is critical in regulated environments. In many cases where a digital asset can't be used directly as a sort of intermediary asset, there's cases where if it's cross jurisdiction, where a digital asset is better. And so we also discovered there's a lot of good stablecoins on the XRP ledger. I don't want to criticize. I don't think that no good stablecoins on the XRP ledger. There are stablecoins on the XRP ledger, but there isn't sort of one that's kind of grabbed the kind of attention that I think that you need to get that kind of mass. And so we thought that launching a stablecoin made sense, both for institutional customers that can't use digital assets for payments, markets for digital assets that work well, areas where volatility is. So we're going to target those types of businesses.
So there that is there. Shout out to David for why the stablecoin. I mean, I think the stablecoin thing is going to be absolutely massive for XRP and the XRPL. I really do believe that. What's going on, Bubba Smith? Evening siege late, but I'm here watching on delay. Appreciate you checking in, bro. Appreciate you checking in as always. Dano says, what's going on, Dano? And Crawfish checked in. Appreciate you guys checking in. USDX. Yeah, I like that too. Alvin Pena is asking a question here. I wonder what the situation will be if I was a day trader on XRP. I mean, XRP is very valuable, but let's say I want to trade a few thousand XRP. At the end of the year, do I get taxed one time? Yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna get taxed for trades, that's for sure. Even sees, yep. So yeah, that did happen. You know, I don't want to revisit it, but Alvin, yeah, it did happen, and hopefully he will take down those videos. Hopefully he will take down those videos. So yeah, so David, you know, excited. I hope you guys are excited about it. I think that the stable coin is going to be big for the XRPL. It's not going to happen overnight, but over time, it will help in creating network adoption. And this is important to note as well. You know, the compliance that's going to come with the XRPL is going to be huge, right? This compliance built in, whether it be sanction screening or whatever it is, this compliance being built into the XRPL is going to be absolutely massive, right? And great for everyone, great for institutions, great for retail, for sure. Check out Mickey B. Fresh's latest 2 videos. He talks about the stablecoin and the value add that it will bring to XRP, the asset, and to the XRPL. Well, I mean, that's what, if you want to get, you know, again, if you want to level up what it is that you own, as opposed to just and merely being hoped up, highly recommend you check out Mickey B. Fresh's channel. His last 2 videos were great on that, for sure. So it's just a couple of videos from the event. But, you know, people having a good time and coming together. I mean, I don't get that. I don't get that whole question about why XRP in Las Vegas. I don't get that. I know I put it in the thumbnail to get people thinking, but yeah, we need that kind of event for sure. All right, so what else I wanted to share with you guys these couple of proposals, these XLS proposals. the whole fee thing, the whole, what is it, 10 XRP to start a wallet, 2 XRP to set a trust line up. I mean, right? I mean, that's today. It's probably not going to be that way tomorrow, if you understand what I'm saying. I mean, that's what it is now. Probably won't be that way 3 years from now, 5 years from now, for sure. It's going to be interesting to see, but let me share some of these things that I saw in these proposals. Vet's been sharing some stuff that I like. Vet said a few interesting use cases with the most recent XLS68 sponsor proposal for the XRP ledger. The main benefit, in my opinion, is the removal of having the new user figure out on their own where to source XRP for fees, reserves, activation, without gifting XRP for free. Could be interesting for the recent partnership with SBI. Supply chain management sponsored transactions for supply chain tracking for suppliers and clients, in-game purchases. Yeah, Paul Barron, I watched Paul Barron the other day. He keeps tying Futureverse to the XRPL network. Now, it's integrated into the XRPL because, this is what they do for the fees. The default option for fees in the Futureverse is XRP, but technically, it's the root network. In-game purchases, but Paul keeps saying XRP Ledger. He's talking about the MetaQuest thing there and Futureverse partnering. We'll see. Rewards, tokenized services, DeFi NFT platforms can cover transaction fees for users. And we're starting to see more and more chains and or apps on chains cover the fees, the gas fees for transactions for people. That is massive. Tokenized services, DeFi NFT platforms can cover transaction fees for users when performing operations like deposits, withdrawals, swapping, thus removing a barrier to entry for less experienced users. Now, on the XRPL, it's not very expensive to use it. It's less than a penny. The biggest expense comes in the wallet activation and or the trust line, unless you're using the Futureverse and the root network. I see a lot of times the gas fees are 2 to 2.65 XRP, and that's per their transaction. So got to keep that in mind as well. Here's a little picture over here on the side here. Fun trip to Las Vegas for XRP Las Vegas and the Digital Chamber. Finally got to meet the legend, John Deaton, and was just generally Brad's sidekick for the weekend. XRP Army is the best army. This is from Michael Arrington. From what I understand, Michael's doing okay for himself, right? But again, some of the highlights for that event for sure. But let me share another thing from that. So this digital chamber thing that Perry Ann, this Future Digital Assets benefit dinner, this was from the Las Vegas deal, right? This was from I think maybe, okay. So there were 2 events that weekend, and the Las Vegas thing had their thing to help raise the money for the Future Digital Assets benefit dinner. I believe that's how it worked. Because I know you could get, you can kind of get 2 VIP experiences from that or something like that. Or the proceeds went to that event. But they raised $100,000. Pretty cool. Between the events. Because I saw Perry Ann actually saying thank you to Brad Garlinghouse and Michael Arrington. So I covered the 68 one. I wanted to cover another proposal. I thought I saw XLS 47. Just on a side note here, these liquidity pools, this is not great right now, right? Look, so it's 43% for 7 days. It's $104 in fees. There's no, right? So $104 in 24 hours, that's not a ton. 24 hours was 22,000. So hopefully we'll get more incentivized liquidity pools. Right? I mean, these are just not great numbers right now, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better for those pools. I'm trying to find Vet's post here for you guys. Santiago Velez is not letting this one go here from Matt Corver of Consensus. Yeah, it's not a great look. I mean, not a great look. Matt Corver from Consensus saying that when we got sued and we were saying that this was an attack on crypto, all of crypto, he was saying, yeah, I don't see that. I don't see how this is. He said this is attempted play at attack on crypto is pretty laughable. In 5 years of doing this, I haven't heard anyone interested in or working on decentralized tech or crypto say anything. Look at those. Anything positive about XRP. Crypto, he said, will be just fine. And then 4 years later on Bankless, both he and Joseph Lubin were sounding the alarm about this lawsuit and how they feel like they had to do something. Now, Joseph keeps saying the Ethereum blockchain. So, but this didn't age well for old Matt Corva. Santiago Velez says, just your Saturday morning reminder. Now I'm going back to sleep. That wasn't a great look. Now, here's something that I wanted to share with you guys. Look, I get that Peter Schiff is a gold guy. I get that this Nurabini guy he's a traditional guy. I get that. They don't acknowledge the new financial system. But for Peter Schiff to say something like this, it's kind of hard to get it. I'm trying to understand it. Peter Schiff says the only reason why Bitcoin is successful is because all it has succeeded in doing is going up in price. The only reason why Bitcoin is a failure. So the reason why it's a failure is because all it has done is succeeded in doing is going up in price. That's an interesting one. All right, here's the XLF 47. It's price oracles. I think this is going to be massive. I really do. XLS 47 is introducing oracles natively to the XRPL ledger. We talk about on this channel all the time about, Ripple should be taking the page out of the playbook from Flare Networks, right? So XLS 47 is introducing oracles natively to the XRPL ledger, opening the door to established oracle providers like Chainlink, Flare, TSOs, and Pith, or Pipe, depending on what you see, to bring price feeds on the XRPL. Can't wait to see devs tinkering with those. RippleX concluded a testing of this amendment prior to its release for voting. No significant influence on ledger validation times during load testing. Response times are also in the range of all one and multipath DEX requests, which is nice to see. Thanks to the engineering for testing and releasing this prior to an amendment release. So, and I think that is hugely important to kind of get. Let me know if you guys haven't heard the Sailor nonsense, and I'll play it for you. If you haven't heard the latest Michael Saylor stuff. Going on, Phantom Beat? How are you, bud? Are there any Oracle ordinals? Where? On the XRPL or just in general? There's definitely ordinals out. The BRC20 thing is definitely doing its thing. Now Runes is looking to supplant the BRC20 ethos. Elvin Pena says, man, I hope they just come out with an XRP debit card, at least integrate XRP as a payment options in stores. The more transactions are made through buy or sell, the better. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I mean, Saylor is, he's doing what I guess what a Bitcoin maxi should do, I guess. Rodwell Nobrega, what's going on, my friend? See, it's good to catch up. Good to catch you, my friend. Appreciate you checking in. So, look, there it is. There it is in a nutshell. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I wanted to share that stuff with you. XLS got some just a lot of XLS proposals that's going to better the ledger. Let's not forget that natively we have an AMM, we have a native DEX, native to the protocol, unlike most other chains that everything is built on top of it. Why does that matter? Counterparty risk is one of the bigger reasons for that. So we got a native DEX to the XRPL. We got a native automated market maker to the XRPL. We're getting ready to get native lending protocol to the XRPL. And which I think is going to be huge in a lot of ways. I can't wait to see what that looks like. I think that is going to be, and stablecoins. I'm forgetting the stablecoins, and we get a stablecoin coming. So, you got to look to other ecosystems to kind of see what the future can look like for XRP and XRPL. But again, the bottom-up approach, the community-driven approach is what's going to drive that. It's what's going to drive it because the institutions are going to take a bit, right? For sure. Now, will SMEs, money transmitters, and that stuff kind of hop on? Sure, but they're not bringing billions to the XRPL. When the institutions come because of that kind of compliance that's built into the ledger, whether it be again things like sanction screenings, KYC, and AML, these things are going to be a native thing to the XRPL. It's going to be hugely important for sure. But here's what I'll tell you: our benefit to that is going to come from being an XRP holder, but it's also going to be, in my opinion, being able to be a part of DeFi, whether that is just merely just lending your assets, whether that be merely taking out loans and or setting your own loans. There's kind of two different things. There's lending, and then you can do loan things where you can lend your XRP in a loan term agreement type deal. In other words, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, set the APR and all that kind of stuff. My friends over at Dextra.pro will certainly be bringing that when this lending protocol gets natively put onto the XRPL. So these things are coming. TVL is coming. I fully expect billions, 4, 6, 8, 10 billion in TVL to be on the XRPL. Without question, I see that happening for sure. But Ripple X is going to have to do that part from the bottom up approach. They're going to have to, incentivize people to get there, because right now that what we got going on is just the diehards like ourselves, like myself for sure. It's just providing liquidity to help it test stress. I don't really there's not a lot to be gained in terms of income, in terms of substantial income yet in the XRPL liquidity pools. Not yet. Substantial income. I'm talking, $100 a day, $200 a day type stuff from, being in 3, 4, 5 positions on the XRPL and these liquidity pools. These things happen all the time in other spots. So just know that. Okay. All right. I thought I saw a new thing there. All right, fam. So there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a real cool hang. I know you guys could be doing a lot of other things on a Saturday evening. So I appreciate you guys being here. Rodwan Obrega, Elvin Pena, Phantom Bean. I appreciate you guys checking in tonight. Bubba Smith and Dano, my guys. Benjamin Salisbury, I appreciate you checking in for sure. Crawfish, we appreciate you checking in, my guy. Joe, appreciate you checking in tonight, man. Appreciate that for sure. I'm going to wrap it up and end this live stream like I do all my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.